I'm super excited for this call. Uh, Most of you guys know I have been on my own fertility journey, and that is kind of what transpired and started all of this. So I was really excited when I got the opportunity to learn about this company and meet Sarah and her husband, and I'm excited to have her join. And I know a lot of you guys know that when we were on our fertility journey, it literally like started with a tampon. So, okay, she requested accept. Here we go. Let's see. What are we at? Accept. Okay, hang on, guys. Okay.
Hi.
There we go. Okay, great. Like, I was like kicking my husband and kids out of the house. I was like, I don't know how to go live. So, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's today's our very first day of our big Black Friday sale, which is always exciting. And
Yes.
yes.
So exciting. I've sent out some emails and let some people know. And I was just kind of talking about my fertility journey because that's what ultimately, led me to Hugh and Grace. But it also started, I like to say it started with a tampon because when we were on our journey, I started really like looking into different products and like why so many of us were experiencing infertility and never thought I would walk down that path. Learned about you guys and what you were doing. I literally looked at my husband. I was like, do you remember how many times I said to you, I wish there was a company that focused on what we put on, in, and around our bodies? And it was like, boom, there you guys were. So I'm just excited to chat with you. I'd love for you to like share your story, a little bit about yourself, how this came about, just really, I mean, I feel like I know you and I love you and I'm excited, but I want them to hear firsthand from you. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Yes. So I love that you said it started with the tampon. Ours did not start, well, I guess it could have started with a tampon. But I think when you understand and you're impacted by something that is very meaningful to you, then you become that much more passionate. And whether it's infertility or whether it's mental health, or like there's just so many things that hormones are tied to. And I didn't even really know about hormones until we start. Yes, everyone has hormones, and they impact your physical health, your mental health, your sexual health, your skin health. But when you go through something that's so personal, then it makes you really think like what goes on in and around my body, what can impact me. Our personal story is we struggled with unexplained infertility for 14 years. During that time, I got married young. My husband and I both come from large families. I wanted to be a mom more than anything. And when that wasn't occurring, and just saying, and because being diagnosed and explained, we started doing a ton of research, saying what's in our environment, what chemicals are we putting on our body. I think it was after my sixth round of IVF, the doctor said, "What skincare are you using?" I'm like, oh wait, and I didn't really fully realize that I was putting a hormone cream on my leg, getting my hormone levels tested the next day, and they had spiked. Just not like realizing like, oh, everything you put on your body gets in your body, and your skin's your largest organ. The amazing part of our story is my husband's sister volunteered to be our surrogate and gave birth to our son, Hugh. And then a year later, my sister called and said, I want to try to give Hugh a sibling. So she volunteered to be our second surrogate and gave birth to our daughter, Grace. So we have our little miracles. The name Hugh means heart, mind, and spirit, and Grace means goodness, generosity, and love. That's what brought us our children. And then after having our kids and realizing that this topic of hormone disruption and hormone health, yes, these chemicals are linked to infertility, but they're also linked to anxiety, depression, obesity, cancers, Alzheimer's. The list goes on, but even just the overall topic of hormone health and what daily benefits can we expect, from better mental clarity to clearer skin to less stress, better sleep. And I told Ben that we had successful professional careers. We both have master's degrees. My husband, we both have great professional networks. And I felt this huge responsibility, to share what we had learned and to help create a solution. And we said, what does that look like? And my husband's like, we went through 14 years of hell. Let's just enjoy, enjoy our kids. And we do enjoy them. And it's actually one reason we chose this business model that allows us to be with our family. But we said, we have such access to network. We have world-renowned doctors who are backing us. We were able to really, I was a professional fundraiser for years. And so used to work for USC and work with our top alumni parents across the country. And so I knew owners of, Fortune 100 companies, and I'd call them and say, what can we do? Who could you introduce us to? How can we create something? And then figuring out, what does that solution look like? So we obviously have products, but how do we create awareness? How do we have a conversation around it? How do we educate people and make it in a way that's elevated, not scary, and not, we're not prescriptive. We're not saying, hey, use our products and you'll get pregnant, we'll cure cancer. Not that at all, but really making it where it is great for everyone. We're men, women, during pregnancy, trying to get pregnant, kids, and just creating stuff that all our products help support hormone health, but in a very elevated way that people feel like it's doable, it's attainable. And we just call it simple swaps. So you're already using these products in your household, simply swap them for ours, and it'll hopefully help improve your skin, home, and health.
I love that you said that, because I feel like sometimes it gets very overwhelming for people. Like, where do I start? What do I swap out first? And you guys have made it so simple, but can you talk a little bit about how, I'm fascinated with what you guys put, the work and the passion and just everything that you put into the ingredients. Because I think sometimes with my story, it is driven by the passion of fertility, and I hate that so many of us have to go through that. And I think if we also got ahead of that, maybe so many of us wouldn't be going through that. Because like you said, it was until year 8 that a doctor, or year 6, asked you what you were putting in, on and around your body, your face, and no one asked those questions. So I love I love what you guys have dedicated to putting in the products too. So you want to talk a little bit about?
Yeah, yes, happy to. And we are not product formulators or experts, but what we are, and I always say, we are educated, we're smart, but we're even better at surrounding ourselves with even smarter people. So from our relationships, we were able to get introductions to expert formulators in different product verticals. So our formulators for our home care is different from formulators for our home care, from our wellness. And so what we did is we said, hey, because yes, our products are clean. We're very clean, but clean is not defined. But we actually want to help promote hormone health. So we didn't want to just formulate by excluding products. But we said our product pillar is really to help detox, to repair, and protect the body. Yes, they're luxurious. Our skincare is anti-aging, all of the good things. But we said, what product mix and blend have the most benefits? Where we want to create products that are versatile, so you don't feel like you have to take a million things every day. What a study that I learned when I was going through my fertility treatments was that the average woman puts on 12 products a day, which is roughly 168 chemicals a day. Average man over 80, and then in your environment, you're exposed to up to 600 chemicals a day. And we said, how do we create products that, first of all, work incredibly well, but then also, how do we make it where one product can replace 5 products in your regimen? People say our face serum replaces their face serum and moisturizer, toner, eye cream, and vitamin C serum. So making it really mindful, where you're not putting on all these chemicals and how are they interacting in your body, but making it where it's a luxurious experience to use it, but you're also simplifying your life. And so you're like, oh, this is easy. I can wash with a cleansing bar, and I can put the serum on my face and have better results.
Yeah. And one thing that I thought of when you were saying that too is you don't have to have gone through fertility or be a hormone expert, or you can simply really love these products and share them. And I know I flew out to Dallas because I was like, I have to meet you. I have to, just get a feel for your company, your story, what you guys were all about. And what I realized in that room was there were women from all walks of life, and all different ages, stages, and the community around that. And I think that is one piece that is kind of missing in the fertility world too, is the community. So I love that there was women there who had walked through fertility, but I love that there was also women who maybe we're in the stages of menopause. So do you want to like share a little bit about the community and how you structured this business the way you did, and a little bit about like the opportunity? And
Yes.
I know everyone can't fly to Dallas, or so I'm like, how do I share all of this without being a fire hydrant of information? So.
Yes. So our community is amazing. And, you know, sometimes people hear our story and they think, oh, it's a fertility company. And it's not. But yes, the products you use when you're trying to get pregnant are very important.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. We have two of our world-renowned doctors on our medical advisory board are fertility experts. And I was talking to one of them, Dr. Brian Kaplan in Chicago. And he said, it's interesting. He's like, the men come in with their wives, and these wives are going through shots and treatments and procedures. And he goes, but the men, he's like, it's actually easier to regenerate sperm, men's quality of sperm, easier than it is to increase egg quality for women. He's like, and sperm regenerate every 70 to 90 days. And he says, so he actually recommends that men, he's like, the men want to come in, they want to feel like they can contribute, and what can they do? He's like, actually, so he recommends they use our products, that products go on and around, because you don't realize the toxic chemicals that you're spraying around your household and your skincare and your like reducing inflammation, detoxifying your body. So he actually says, like, has a man protocol, and also for the women, but he's like, it's actually, they've been able to see better results when men start using great products. Community. I think one thing that we've really tried to do is, so we don't have a no list or a never list. A lot of companies do, and of course we would never formulate with products that would impact, or chemicals that would impact your hormones, but we like to focus on who we are. And by focusing on who we are, like helping detox, repair, protect, we create elevated products that do promote hormone health, but they improve your skin health at home. And so we focus on the benefits. And I think a lot of people really, and they're like, oh, I can join. So people love clean products or simple products. Some people love the simple swaps, but also being able to earn a trip to, like, our next incentive trip, we have going to Scottsdale and also to Hawaii, Scottsdale for Leadership Retreat, and then Grand Wailea in Hawaii. And I think by us not having this no list or never list, and just say, hey, it's all about progress, not perfection. We will never be perfect. And we are real people. Like we have vices. My kids eat McDonald's on occasion. I do Botox a few times a year. We're real people, but it's the stuff that you use and put on your body and in, on, and around your body every day, multiple times a day, that really impact your health. And so if we can just simply swap and make it where it feels like, as soon as you run out of your skincare, use these products. They're better for you. And so by just having that, I think our community, whether they struggle with infertility or perimenopause, we have a few male advocates, would love male advocates, but even just these benefits of, like the hormone health benefits are reducing stress, reducing anxiety, better sleep, clearer skin, these muscle mass, bone density. And so these are benefits that everyone wants to have, but they just don't necessarily know how to go about doing it. I never fully realized that a lot of the products we were using were impacting our hormones, which caused huge health issues for us.
Yes, I always think about like people cleaning their bathtub with bleach, and then, their kids getting in it, or using stuff on their countertops, and then their kids are eating it. So I also look at this as like something for generations to come as well. And our fertility story, it was actually my husband, his sperm and stuff like that. So, and none of that was on my radar, when we started to go through any of that. So I think it's such an important conversation. And I love that you guys are in some fertility doctors' offices, and your board of directors is like incredible. So do you want to speak a little bit on that a little bit too?
Yep. So our medical advisory board, we have two world-renowned ex-doctors. So we have Dr. Mark Suri out of Beverly Hills. We have Dr. Brian Kaplan. We have Dr. Kathleen Valentine. She actually is the co-owner of Rodeo Drive Women's Health Center on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. She's a hormone expert, but also OBGYN. They actually sell our products at that location. We also have Dr. Jenna Hua, who's really interesting. The president of Environmental Working Group actually introduced me to her. She created the very first chemical at home exposure test. And so you can take a urine test, but she's kind of the expert in knowing like how to formulate and how will these chemicals impact your body. So we've been very fortunate there. And then we are fortunate to have, we got a great network. But as I said, like Ben and I surround ourselves with even smarter people. And we were saying how to go to market. How do we, take this information and take these products? And so we realized that if we're really creating a holistic solution, it's more than selling products off a shelf. You need to create awareness. There's a whole educational component. There's community with products. And so we actually went to other experts and said, that's, how do we do this? It's word of mouth. And how do we, which is direct sales. And so how do we modernize it? How do we elevate direct sales? And how do we meet people where they are, where yes, our story helps start the conversation, but everyone else has a story. And whether it's a health story, whether it's a simple swap story, whether it's I'm a busy mom and don't have time to do a 5-step. People who are passionate and really grow. Like Ben and I, we did not have our family the traditional way. It wasn't just me and Ben. It was me and Ben and my sister-in-law and her brother-in-law and my other sister, and all the doctors, and as you know. And so we actually look at our Hugh and Grace community as our Hugh and Grace family. Everybody is coming together and really building and sharing something that's meaningful, fun. We want to do things that's fun. Oh, no volume. I just saw it was
Yeah, it cut out for a second, but nothing popped up on my end. I don't know
what I was saying.
I don't know where it popped out at, but yeah, it went quiet on your end. I'm not sure.
What was I saying, everybody? What was I? I had a phone call that was ringing through, so I
what happened?
declined.
I don't see anyone calling or anything like that. I guess we can wrap things up with I love what you were talking about just a minute ago about the business model and how you made the way you modernized it is very different than anything that I've seen before, because you do have the customer side of things, the affiliate side, the advocate side, the retail side. So and you don't, like I said, I think some people get a little bit intimidated because they might not have a fertility story or they're not a hormone expert, but you guys have made it to where, like, if you love the products, you're just able to share them. And I truly believe once people get their hands on the products, that is like the game changer. My husband is like, Carly, people need to hydrate and stuff. I feel so much better in the morning. And I'm like, come on, Sean, like, I think that's really key. So if you want to talk about, like, just, I think that's what you were saying when it cut out, was part of the business structure and how you guys did that. So it's like a win for everyone, because.
Yeah, but it is, because we were saying, I don't know where it cut off, but like we were saying, if we're going to create a solution, it's more than just selling products. You need to create awareness. There's a whole educational component. There's community with product. That's holistic. And we said that's direct sales. And, it's interesting. I was just at Glossy had a beauty and wellness summit last week in Santa Barbara. They were great. They hosted us. They hosted Hugh and Grace, me, but not my kids.
I love that you named, I'm sorry, I had to interrupt.
Yes.
I love that you named your company Hugh and Grace. Like, it's beautiful. I love it. So sorry.
Thank you. They're, the name Hugh means heart, mind, and spirit. Grace means goodness, generosity, and love. That's what brought us our children, and that's really the company values.
Yeah.
But going and listening to founders and CEOs of large brands, and the retail space has really changed this past year. And they were talking about, to have a scalable brand, it's more than just what it took traditionally. You actually need to have a mission, a great, and also a real story. And so we can hear that all the time, like, this is an authentic story. It's not like just Ben and I decided to create a business together. No, it's real story, but also real community. Mm-hmm. And so what we've done is we've really made this model, we feel like it's Affiliate Plus. And so there's different ways to join. It's $45 to enroll. You get a link, you share the link. We ship everything direct to consumers. So we're not asking people to buy a large inventory, but we want to make sure the consumer experience is great. We have amazing repurchase rates. I think because then also we were saying, like, when we look at, our product roadmap, like, we want products that are consumable. So also people who are advocates are able to earn a healthy income because you're using products every single day. It's it's been amazing to have the community. You know, this is our first time doing direct sales, and it's so much fun to be able to meet people like you and to be able to say like yes, we have our story, but you have your story, and our other advocates have stories, whether it's health related or just needing extra income or wanting part of mission or a really amazing community or a fun trip. You know, so it's just, there's so many ways to get involved and really, you know, we all love brands, we all support brands, but there's not a lot of brands that you can actually love and support and actually get income or
Yeah.
personal development or professional development from.
Yes, and I think it's so, I think the way you guys have done it is so great. And I think for especially the fertility community, I mean, it costs us over $100,000 out of pocket to start our family. That's crazy. So the fact that, you know, people can do this and add an additional layer of income, especially in the economy that we're in, and it's so doable for everyone is amazing. And I just love that I found you guys. I love everything that you stand for, everything that you guys are doing. I'm excited to be a part of this. And I thank you for your time and everything that you've shared. I tear up every time I hear your story because I know there are so many women walking through what we've walked through, and you know, just for them to have a community, I'd love for them to also join. But I think this is also so important for women and men's health and generations to come. I always use generations to come because of my kids, and I don't want them to ever have to walk through what we walk through. So thank you for taking the time to join us. And you guys, if you have any questions or want to learn more about the opportunity or any of the products, send me a DM and I will be happy to share.
We would absolutely love for you to join us. You know, something that I feel so proud of. I've had so many people come to me and say, you know, Hugh and Grace has allowed for me to pay for fertility
Oh,
treatments.
that is
And
right.
and to know that's for something that I came through. And I wish these are products I wish I would have known about prior. And just to have that, you know, when you're going through stuff, you're like, how I want control. I wish I would have had this. So to be able to put that out there and grow with people and help them better their lives has been absolutely incredible. So thank you, Carly.
Yes, I love that. And I love that there's that community layer because fertility is also very isolating. But even like being a mom or, you know, whatever else, the community that you guys have created is like no other. So thank you so much again,
You're
Sarah, and
welcome.
we'll
Thank
chat
you.
soon. Okay, bye.